All right, so good morning po to everybody. This is SMD Jasmin Jamias, and I will be with you tonight. Let me just share my screen po. So slide. All right. How's my screen po, Ma'am Weng? Is it okay? All right. So welcome po to IMG International Marketing Group. So before we proceed po, I would like to invite everybody to a prayer, a beautiful one by Brother Bo Sanchez. Okay, so let me ask everybody to ask God's presence in our midst. So today I ask you to bless me so that I may become a blessing. Lord, I commit myself to enrich others. But because I cannot give what I do not have, I commit myself to become rich. I commit myself to serve you and to serve the poor with my wealth. Today, I open myself to the abundance of your universe. Use me as your channel of love. Give me the ability to create wealth that will bless the world. Increase my financial wisdom and expand my territories. I place my life and the lives of all the people in here in your hands. Amen. So before I proceed po, I would like to introduce myself a little bit. So ako po ay taga Pagudpod, Ilocos Norte. I graduated from the University of the Philippines, Baguio. I took up political science and psychology. I migrated to Chicago, Illinois in 2018. Pero actually po, uh, I was only joined by my husband in 2022. So I could relate to all the OFWs po na nagkahiwa-hiwalay ang mga families because we needed to provide para sa mga families po natin. I joined IMG in June of 2020. I became a marketing director in July 2022, passed the IIAP exam in October, and became an SMD in November of 2022. Ayan. Yan pa lang naman po ang aking journey with IMG. All right, so tonight or today, we will be discussing po mutual fund. So, um, mutual fund, of course, pag meron tayong may na-introduce sa atin na something new, ang una-una usually natin natatanong is kanino yan? Sino may-ari niyan, di ba? So we do not have to worry po kasi with IMG, the mutual fund that we are partnered with is actually owned by Ramper Financial. And again, this is the president and CEO of Rumber Financial is actually Rex Mendoza. And it's actually registered at the Securities and Exchange Commission as mutual fund distributor and investment company advisor, as well as registered din po siya sa Insurance Commission as an insurance broker's license for life and non-life. Okay? I have a question po. I would want this to be very interactive po, ano? So my question is, what are your financial dreams? Ayan. And pwede po kayang ilagay po natin sa chat box para sigurado ko pong may nakikinig. Alam ko po, marami tayong dreams for our families, especially for our children. Pero dahil nga sabi, 'di ba? If you are gonna dream, mangangarap ka na rin lang, wag mo nang tipirin. Kasi libre naman 'yan, sabi, 'di ba? Pero syempre hindi tayo matatapos dito kung lahat ng dreams natin ay talagang pag-uusapan natin. So, isa or dalawa lang. Ayun, si CEO, sabi niya, become rich. Wow. Pero I don't know po if you could relate with me, pero sometimes pag naririnig mo yung word na financial, parang it's kinda parang masyadong seryoso po, ano? So sige, alisin natin ng konti yung ano, for the meantime, yung financial. So kasi walang nagchat-chat eh, baka ayaw yung financial. So let's just say, what are your dreams? Ayun, meron na si Ma'am Malu, sabi niya. Anong sabi ni Ma'am Malu? Peace of mind. Wow, that's very good. Si Ma'am Malu lang po ba tsaka si CEO nandito? Happy retirement. Wow. By Ma'am Lina. Okay. Isa pa. Ay, yumaman. Wow. Okay. Although sabi ko kanina, well, I don't wanna sound like I'm tricking you guys, pero yung sabi ko kanina na, yun nga, alisin muna natin with regard financial dun sa question. But if you come to think of it, yung sinabi ni CEO na become rich, yung sinabi ni Ma'am Lina na happy retirement, ayan, happy or comfortable retirement, yan. Wala na nag-reply. What about dream house, lot and car? Walang may dream yan. Travel around the world. Ayan. Huwag na nating tipirin. Sabi ko nga, di ba? And another one is funds for future business. So if you come to look at it, yung mga dreams na to, although sabi nga natin, minsan ayaw natin ma-relate sa finances or, money, it's really a truth na lahat ng dreams na to are really connected to having money. Which is in a way sad because in a way, nakadepend tayo sa kung anong pera meron tayo. Pero look at this one. Kababasa ko lang po to. I just would like to share this to you. So before that, so with all these dreams, we would want to have, I'm sure you will agree with me, that you want to have a good life, right? And a good life, gaya ng sabi ni Ma'am Patty, is actually expensive. And we have to work for it, right? So eto, meron akong nabasa sa newsletter ni Michael Frerich, siya, Illinois State Treasurer, okay? Ang sabi niya doon sa newsletter actually, I had a lot of time to think about yung money can't buy happiness. Kasi there was a time na yung anak niya napunta sa NICU, intensive care unit for nearly 2 months. My wife and I have a comfortable life, but we were prepared to give it away when our son was diagnosed with a potentially deadly illness. See? So no amount of money can heal the sadness of being helpless in the face of your child's suffering, sabi niya. Fortunately, gumaling naman po yung anak niya. So, yung ang talagang gusto nila, yung nakikita nila yung mga anak nila na masaya. And those smiles, he said, cost no money. All right? But money can't buy happiness, sabi niya. Kasi nga, nung nasa hospital sila, na-critical yung anak niya. Talagang, they were very willing na to give up yung comfortable life nila para lang mabuhay yung anak nila. But he said, in addition to that, he said that money can't buy happiness, but it can reduce anxiety. Because at that moment po, na nasa critical na kondisyon yung anak nila, they didn't have to worry about yung medicine, kung confinement niya sa hospital, because they have a very good health insurance. So, in that sense, money can really buy happiness, but it can't reduce their anxiety, diba? So, tignan niyo po ito ha. This is from US. As treasurer, I strive every day to offer Illinoisians, mga taga-Illinois, the tools that they need to invest in themselves and their future. So, even US po na isa sa pinakamayamang country sa buong mundo, they are striving and they acknowledge po na yung pag-angat ng isang tao, it doesn't depend on the government, but it depends on themselves. Yung investment nila sa sarili nila at sa kanilang future. Di ba? Ang ganda? So, parang ang iniisip kasi natin, especially yung mga nasa Pilipinas, yung US, napakayamang country, pero still they are struggling because they also need financial education. And we know that. Because yun yung, kaya meron yung WSB, di ba? Na counterpart ng IMG. Okay? So, ano lang yan? Segue ng konti. Okay? So, since yung mga dreams natin, inevitably, connected talaga sa pera, so we need to know the financial stages in life. So, ano to? So, we need to know kung, di ba yung sa mapa, you need to know where you are at the moment para alam mo kung nasaan ka at kung paano mo pupuntahan yung goal mo, kung ano yung destination mo. So you need to know first kung nasaan ka at this time para alam mo kung magpapa-left ka ba, magpapa-right ka ba, dediretso ka ba, or babalik ka pa sa likod. Parang ganon, right? So you have to know that. And the financial stages that we are talking about are three. First stage is man at work. So ito yung yung usually is when we are just starting to magtrabaho. So active income, yan. And the second stage is of course man and money at work. Ibig sabihin, may active income and at the same time, meron ng investment. Kasi the investment, we will talk about it later, the investment will become a second source of income in addition to the active income. And the third stage is money at work, which is of course, it's just the money that is already working. Hindi mo na kailangang mag-exert ng effort. Ilang ganon. So between these two, you have to know again, just like what I said earlier, that you have to know if you are here on stage 1, if you are here on stage 2, or if you are here at stage 3. Of course, alam ko po na kahit hindi natin sabihin, ang gusto natin lahat ay mapunta sa stage 3. Because at this stage, of course, hindi na natin talaga kailangan magtrabaho. Kung magtatrabaho man tayo, it's not because we need to, pero gusto lang natin. And this one, hindi dependent sa age natin. So it doesn't mean na kung matanda ka na or bata ka pa, eh hindi ka na pwede sa stage 3. No, it's not dependent on age. So if you can, even if you are at 30s or 20s or even younger, if you already can have money only the one working, at hindi mo na kailangan mag-work, you can be at stage 3. Alright? Yung transition from each stage, ang napaka-importante po dyan is savings. So ano yung savings? Savings is the amount of save when all expenses is subtracted from the current income in any given period of time. So, sana this time, may tanong ako ulit, sana this time mas maraming mag-participate. Sino na po yung may savings? Raise your hand po. If you don't, kahit hindi na kayo mag-type. Just raise your hand. Tignan ko nga kung sinong may nag-raise ng hand. Sino pong may savings? Wow, Ma'am Florence, congratulations. Sino pa? Si Ma'am Marietta. Is this, can you be honest? Is this prior to ING or while you are already an ING? Yung pagkakaroon natin ng savings. Ay, hindi pa kayo pwedeng mag-unmute? Prior or just now? Kasi ako po, kung ako po yung tatanungin nyo, hindi pa ako magre-raise ng hand. Kasi wala pa po akong savings. Although, I have a savings account, to be honest. Pero, it's not really that saving na, wow, parang ganon. Hindi pa yung tipong, parang yung sinabi last time sa isang leaders call natin, parang ayoda lang siya. Parang ganon. Ganon lang tipo. So, parang mahihiya pa akong mag-raise ng hand kung tatanungin ako kung may savings ako. Why? Because prior to ING, hindi ako marunong. So, I knew at that time na importante ang mag-save, pero hindi ko alam kung paano yung tama. So, yun siguro yung naging mali ko. Alright? But here in ING, tinuturuan tayo kung ano yung tamang pagsisave, which is through the abundance formula na itinuro ni Brother Boss Sanchez sa atin. So, how is this? So, according to the abundance formula, 100%, which is our income, dapat daw alisin natin yung 10%, which is for the tithes, which we can either give yung sa church natin or dun sa mga tao na nangangailangan ng tulong natin. So, it's just 10% of the 100%. And of course, we should acknowledge na yung 100% na yan ay galing kay Lord, di ba? So, a little bit of that, which is 10% lang naman ang ibibigay natin sa iba. And 20%, of course, is yung magiging savings natin dapat. Yun ang hindi ko alam noon. So, kasi to be honest, I've been giving my kites even prior to IMG. Pero yung 20%, yun ang hindi ko alam. So, yun nga. So, 100 minus 10 minus 20 gives us 70%, which yun daw dapat yung ating iaalat for our expenses. And this is already a proven and tested formula. And alam nyo ba na this is in alignment dun sa turo ni Warren Buffett. Sino na po, I'm sure, ang dami pong, what do you call this? Ang dami pong nakakabanggit or nakakarinig ni kung sino si Warren Buffett. Pero to be honest, kilala niyo po ba si Warren Buffett? Sino pong nakakakilala kay Warren Buffett? If I'm even, I forgot to Google kung paano yung pag, pag-pronounce actually nung pangalan niya. So I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry if I'm not. So anyway, so si Warren Buffett po actually has a net worth of 106.2 billion. Not million, but billion US dollars. Ayan. Pero ang kanyang pagyaman ay hindi overnight success. He was only able to become rich after decades of investing. Siya po yumaman siya sa investments talaga. But you know what? With that money, 106.2 billion US dollars, would you expect na si Warren Buffett ang dinadrive lang po niya is 2014 Cadillac? So you would be surprised, 'di ba? If you have that much money, parang bibilhin niya lahat ng cars, the most expensive ones. Pero hindi po siya ganoon. Kaya siya yung nagiging magandang example ng pagiging simple life. Kasi despite his richness, ganyan po rin ang dinadrive niya na car, o 'di ba? Ang saya. All right. So, 'yon ang sabi niya, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Yun daw ang dapat gawin natin, which is also, just like what I said, aligned dun sa abundance formula natin. So, eto, stages of money management, of course, we know that we can make money in various ways, right? But I can assume na ang pinaka-normal or regular na alam natin to make money is of course magtrabaho para may sweldo. Pero if you're gonna stay long enough dito po sa uh, IMG, you will learn that making money there are different ways to make money, not just to work and to get paid. Marami pa pong ibang paraan. And those are the secrets of the rich people. Kaya kung you will stay with IMG and you will eventually learn it. Or mag-PPM tayo mamaya. So, you have to make money first, of course, para meron kang isa-save. And savings naman is, it's not really enough for, saving money is only good for short-term goals. Pero if you want to, for long-term goals, kailangan yung sinave mo na yan, it has to grow. Otherwise, mauubos yung savings mo by inflation and taxes. So it has to grow, the money has to grow, and as it grows, dapat mapuprotektahan mo yon. Dahil there are uncertainties in life. Ang life natin, hindi scripted yan. So of course, everybody thinks initially things like mag-aasawa ako, magkakaanak ako, mag-aaral sila, magkakatrabaho, mag-earn. Yun ang parang script ng buhay natin. But in between those stages in our lives, madami pong unexpected events. And those unexpected events, yun ang rason kung bakit kailangan nating i-protect yung ating pera. So there are actually 3 golden rules. So yung golden rule 1, save more, spend less. Parang pay yourself first. Golden rule number 2, invest, let your money grow. And third, golden rule number 3, always plan for the unexpected. Okay? Yeah. And we have to know what kind of saver we are, because it's not really only knowing how to save, but you have to know what kind of saving or what kind of saver you are. So ito yon. As a saver, AKA, also known as bank depositor. So we all know na as a depositor, it's a mere depositor in a bank, you would only get 1%. And this 1%, yung pera mo na inilagay mo sa bank, it wouldn't stay there naman. The bank knows where to put it para magkaroon din sila ng income from that money. And sometimes, hindi natin alam na pag naglo-loan tayo sa bank, yung pera natin na i-deposit natin, it could be the same money na nilo-loan natin. And in that loan, syempre alam natin na meron tayong babayaran na charge. Eh yung pera natin na dineposit natin, it would only earn 1%. Pero yung loan na hiniram natin dun sa bank, it would cost us 8% or even more. So what happens? Yung difference na 7%, it would already go to the owner, of course. Diba? So alin ka dyan? Are you just a depositor? Or would you like to become like the owner para magkaroon ka ng more than the 1%? Again, andyan yung risk ng inflation and taxes. Alright? So, anong gagawin mo dun sa pera mo? So, you have to learn how to invest. So, what is investment? An asset that is purchased with the expectation that it will generate income or appreciate in the future. I'm sure marami sa atin ang marunong or alam kung ano ang investment because most of us, pag nagkakaroon tayo ng maraming pera or somewhat some amount of money, ang unang-unang pumapasok sa isip natin is investment, right? But then, of course, I also know na as we became members of IMG, ayan, medyo nagbabago yung mindset natin about investment. We have to prioritize yung iba pa before investment. But let's just say, investment. Why do we need to invest our money? Again, first one is inflation. Ito, kwento time. Gustong-gusto ko yung kwento ni Sir Joanne about inflation actually. I'm sure most of you, maybe some of you have already heard it. Yung maglolo na naggrocery. There was one time naggrocery ulit yung maglolo and the lolo was very happy. Kasi sabi niya, parang lumalakas ako, apo, sabi niya. Eh, bakit mo naman nasabi, Lolo? Eh, syempre, tumatanda ka, eh, humihina ka dapat. Although, I wouldn't want you to be like that, sabi naman nung apo, di ba? Hindi, taga, because last time when we came, hirap akong buhatin yung pinamili natin. But then now, sabi niya, yung pinamili natin, kayang-kaya ko na with one hand, sabi niya. So, that's supposed to be fun and it's supposed to be a joke pero ewan ko kung may natawa sa inyo. But the point is, because of inflation, mas kunti na lang yung naging value ng pera ni Lolo, kaya mas kunti na lang din yung nabili ng pera niya. Kaya yung noon na nabili niya na mas mabigat, eh ngayon, kunti na lang. So, ibig sabihin, mas magaan na. Alright? And another one is, of course, achieve financial goals. Yung goal na to is also, of course, yung mga dreams na in-identify natin kanina. So, investment is the way to achieve the goals or your dreams that you have, regardless kung ano pa mang dreams yon or goals yon. Okay? Pero naman talaga tayong challenges in investing, which is one is, what do you call this? Discipline. So, sabi, in investing, it's about forming good habits. I have a good news for you po. According to a study, yung habit, but sadly, it's also true with bad, but let's just look at the good ones. So, in order to form a good habit, it only takes you average of 66 days para ma-create mo yung habit na yan. So yun yung basis nung bakit 20 pesos. 'Di ba dapat like 10,000, 5,000 dapat yung pinapa-save sa atin ng IMG? No, because they are not after the amount nung sinisave natin. They are after yung pag-form ng habit ng investing natin. And it takes 66 days average po ha, because it depends on the person. Pwedeng mas marami or pwedeng mas matagal. I mean, mas maigsi or pwedeng mas matagal yung pag-form ng good habit na yan. Pero madali lang naman po siya actually. Although, lagi natin sinasabi, ay, disiplina lang yan, disiplina lang yan. Pero marami po talaga yung hindi nakakapag-save dahil kahit alam nilang disiplina lang yan, hindi po natin nagagawa. Bakit? Mahirap din talagang mag-form ng habit na yan. Pero, sabi ko nga, 66 days lang ang kailangan mo and you only need 3 hours. What are those? Reminder, routine, at saka reward. Reminder, bakit ka nagsasave? And that is very good ang IMG because we have the why for the reminder, di ba? Kung nawawala na yung gana mong mag-save, again, go back to your reminder, go back to your why. Bakit ka nagsisave? Bakit kailangan mong mag-save? Routine, do it. Do the same behavior from daily or regularly. Reward, of course, you would know that as you do the behavior, the more that you get nearer to your goal. Yon. So, reminder, routine, reward. Okay? And of course, next is the right instrument. Again, hindi lahat ng instrument ay pwede sa atin or kaya natin gawin. You have to know kung ano yung tama na instrument para sa iyo at saka para sa goal mo. Okay? So, where are we now? I think I missed one. Stocks. Okay. So, just a heads up, medyo magiging technical tayo ng konti, but then again, we should not be overwhelmed with this technical terms, okay? So let's just simplify everything. So stock, representation of the smallest piece and ownership in a company. So let's say you are a stockholder. Ibig sabihin, merong stock, merong part ng company na sa'yo. So let's say, stockholder ka ni Jollibee. So ibig sabihin, part of the company's earning is yours. Ganun lang yun, kasimple. Okay? Stock market index. Ayun. Ito naman is like, it's just a basis kung ano yung performance ng stock. So it's a way, it's a tool that measures kung ano yung performance ng stock. Like let's say, ano yung prices ng stock before, anong prices niya ngayon, and then with that, they try to predict kung anong mga prices nila eventually. Okay? And there are, it's just necessary na merong mga terms na kailangan natin maintindihan para pag nabanggit, at least meron tayong idea, okay? But we don't have to be expert on all this terms. So let's say close, it only means kung ano yung amount ng price ng towards the end of the day. Yun lang yun. Volume, quantity. Bid, buying price. Offer, selling price. Ganun lang, okay? And we are very fortunate dito sa IMG because one of the top membership benefits, which is exclusive benefit number 22, is an access to a stock online trading platform. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong way for us as IMG members na magkaroon ng access to those stocks. And of course, bibigyan din tayo ng mga trainings para mas lalo tayong matuto. Okay? But it's up to you if you would want to go deeper into stocks, okay? Bakit nga ba? How to earn money with stock investing? So, we earn through dividends. So, ang dividend is the distribution of reward from a portion of the company's earning and is paid to a class of its shareholders. So, kung ang kita mo, sasabihin lang, oh, yan yung dividendo ko. So, ibig sabihin, yan yung kinita mo sa stock investing. Okay? And there are, of course, pros and cons of stock investing. Pros, the best instrument for a long-term investing, and it's the best way to stay ahead of inflation. All right? Siyempre, meron ding cons. You have to do it yourself. You have to study the charts, the market timing, reading news, ganyan. And you have to good stocks require at least a big amount of money to start. So, yon. If you think you have the right amount of money, then you can go to stock investing, okay? But this one, it's an emotional roller coaster because you have to monitor yung pag-as at pagbaba ng market. So kung mahina yung, parang ako, medyo mahina yung aking loob when it comes to, pag tumataas baka bigla kang nervyusin at hindi mo kayang i-handle yon, di wag kang mag-stock investing. Ganun lang yon, di ba? Pero kung okay lang sa'yo yon, di magulat-gulat ka, di okay lang. Alright, bonds. Bonds or fixed income investments are essentially loans from investor to a company or government. So usually government funds yung mga yan. Okay? And how to earn money with bond investing naman? So kung yung sa isa kanina is dividends, ito naman as interest payments. So, yan. And of course, meron ding pros and cons yung bond investing. So, provide steady stream of guaranteed income. So, guaranteed siya, lower risk compared to stocks. And the cons, usually accessible only to big and institutional investors. And also, it requires a large amount of capital. Ayan. So, question, why do you need to invest in stocks? Ayan. Meron tayong baka tinulugan nyo na po ako ha. Let's see, meron tayong gagawin. First thought word game. Okay. Let me see. Tignan ko yung mga participants. So, alam niyo po ba yung game na first thought word game? Like, may sasabihin ako and then sasabihin mo sa akin kung ano yung first na pumasok sa isipan mo. Okay. Pwedeng pa-unmute yung mga participants, host. Ma'am Weng, can you unmute everybody po?
Naku, paano ba? Hindi ako marunong yata na. Hindi ko alam. Wait lang.
Pwede siguro mag-unmute by itself. Pwede ba?
Pwede na po, ma'am.
Ayun, Ma'am Lina. So, first thought game. So, ano yung first, yung kung anong sasabihin ko, yun ang, yun yung, anong unang-una mong pumasok sa isip mo. Okay, let's see. Ma'am Lina, Shell.
Gas.
Gas, okay. Ma'am, Sir Bobby, asan ka? Sir Bobby, Globe. Wala, tulog na ata si Sir Bobby. Wala si Sir Bobby? They cannot unmute? Sinong pwedeng mag-unmute? Just one more. Jollibee. Ma'am Lina, since ikaw yung nakaka-unmute, let me, ikaw na lang po sumagot. Jollibee, what's the first word that comes to mind?
Bida-bida.
Bida-bida.
Bida ang
Okay.
saya.
Inasal.
Meron po silang mga nagta-type po sila ng mga answer nila
nagta-type
dahil
sila?
hindi sila
I'm
maka-unmute.
sorry. Let me
Yes,
see.
ma'am.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, hold on. Yeah, but it has to be like what I say and then that's the time you reply, something like that. But anyway, can't unmute si Sir Bobby. Okay, manok. O sige, food. I-relate ko na lang kung ano nandun. Load and phone. Okay. So if you look at your answers po, you are looking at them as a consumer, right? You are, you look at them as services that you can get services from. So you are a consumer. Pero we can be more than consumers po, remember? So we can actually become part of them, not just consumers, but more like investors. And that's a very good opportunity po na ibinibigay ng ING sa atin. So that would answer po yung why do we need to invest in stocks? Ito po. Una, it help build savings. Kasi yung sabi ko kanina na for long-term goals, hindi po enough yung savings natin because of inflation, remember? So yung pag-invest natin sa stocks, it would help us build savings. And second, it would protect money from inflation and taxes. And third, it maximizes income from investments. All right? But then again, if you become investor, saan yan? You have to know, bakit ayaw mag-forward? Ayun, you have to know your investor risk profile. So, are stocks and bonds for you? So, the way to answer it is you have to know kung alin ka dito sa mga to. So, there are actually three main types of investor profile. So, first is investor. Again, we don't have to go into so much technicalities. So, ang ano lang naman ng conservative is that you have only, your goals only has 1 to 3 years. And if you are, asan na yun? If you are a moderate moderate aggressive investor, meron kang balance of capital growth and protection. Yun yung preference mo. So it's a combination of benefit bonds and equities. And third and finally, if you are aggressive, you are committed to investing for a long term. If you can part from your money na for a long term, then you can be very aggressive. Parang ganun lang. All right? So again, we don't have to be very technical. So what's mutual fund, by the way? So mutual fund is a professionally managed investment fund that pulls money from many investors to purchase securities. So how does mutual fund works? So ayan, mga individuals, A, B, C, ganyan, o kaya si Ma'am Lina, si Sir Polly, si Ma'am Weng, they are individuals and luckily they are members of IMG. Ibig sabihin, automatic members, investors na sila ng mutual fund. But also, there could be companies, ganyan, ABC companies, ganyan, that could be investors also in a mutual fund. Yung pera natin together, ipupull yan, and it will be managed by a fund manager. And then, yung fund manager na ang bahala na mag-invest yung pera natin to different blue chip companies. And of course, babalik yan sa atin equally. So if my money is 1,000, 12% of that will come back to me. If yung pera ni Sir Polly is 1 million kunwari, still 12% pa din sa kanya. Hindi ibig sabihin na dahil mas malaki yung pera niya, mas malaki yung balik sa kanya. No. It's the equalizer na tinatawag natin. And of course, we know by now na pwede ang 20 pesos top up sa mutual fund. Alright? And napaka bait talaga ng IMG because again, binibigyan tayo ng initial na 1,000 pesos upon membership as initial investment na din dito sa mutual fund. And ito, magkukwento ako ulit. Before, nauna ako actually natuto mag-drive sa husband ko, but there was a trauma before. That's why he wasn't able to drive. Pero since alam niya na he wanted to make sure na safe kami, so pinag-aralan din niya eventually yung mag-drive. Pero nung dalawa na kaming nagde-drive, I preferred na maging pasahero na lang because that would give me time to enjoy, especially if we go to new places. Pag ikaw kasi ang driver, nakafocus ka lang sa daan, di ba? So you cannot look away from the road for a long time. Pwede naman sumilip-silip ka, pero hindi ka pwedeng magtagal na magtingin-tingin sa kung saan-saan except sa road. So pag ikaw naman ang pasahero, of course, ayan, worry-free ka na. And with IMG, magiging worry-free tayo dahil meron na tayong Ramper Financial na magmamanage ng pera natin. Something like that, right? So, ayan, isa namang benefit yan ng pagiging IMG natin. And even if maging worry-free na tayo, IMG is making sure na alam natin na that we understand kung ano yung mutual fund na pinapasukan natin. Kaya meron pa rin mga seminars or webinars na ibinibigay yung IMG sa atin. Alright? So, in those seminars, napapag-aralan natin yung mga NAVs na tinatawag, which is the net asset value per share. So, for example, if you invested 1,000 pesos, just like what I mentioned na yun na yung initial na ibinibigay sa atin ng IMG, and 1 peso per share, then ibig sabihin, meron ka ng 1,000 shares in exchange. Yun yung NAV. Alright? Ano ba yung benefits of investing in mutual funds? First, affordable. So mutual fund, konting capital requirement na lang siya. And here, parang wala nga sa atin kasi hindi na natin kailangan mag-invest para maging member tayo, para maging investor tayo. But then of course, we have the initial investment na 1,000 na ibinibigay sa atin. And just like what I mentioned earlier, for other mutual funds, before it would be, ang additional investment is at 500. Pero sa atin, 20 pesos na lang, di ba? So, sino ba yung walang 20 pesos? Lahat tayo may 20 pesos, right? And hold on. Number 2 is diversification. Ang diversification po, usapang ano lang yan. Usapang itlog. Bahala na kayo kung anong klaseng itlog. Basta usapang itlog talaga yan. So, kung gustong-gusto niyo ang itlog, iingatan niyo yung itlog, di ba? Para hindi maubos yung itlog natin. So, ilalagay mo yan sa iba't ibang lalagyan, sa iba't ibang basket. So, ganun din po yung diversification. So, yan ang and the third, saan na siya? Third is convenience. Ayan. So, all we need to do is to invest regularly. Hindi natin kailangan magbantay ng mga fluctuations sa stock market. Kasi alam nyo, every now and then nagpo-fluctuate yan. Kaya sabi ko, kailangan malakas yung loob mo dahil baka kung mag-fluctuate ng ganyan, bigla kang maatake, something like that. But with mutual fund, we don't have to do that. We just have to, relax. Parang pasahero ka lang talaga. So professional management, ayan, ipaubaya na natin sa mga fund managers yung pag-manage. So kunwari ito medyo nababawas-bawasan ko na to actually. So kung kunwari yung husband, 'di ba marunong din ako mag-drive. Yung husband ko ang nagde-drive. Pag pinapakailaman ko yung pagde-drive niya, magkaaway kami talaga, 'di ba? So pag konti ka lang. Hayaan mo lang siyang mag-drive. Mas magiging safe kayo talaga. So parang ganyan din yung sa professional management ng mutual fund. Ito lang siya. Karalan niya, alam niya yan, di ba? Pag pinapakailaman mo, syempre, mai-stress yan sa'yo. Baka kung saan pa mapunta yung pagdadrive, di ba? Baka mabangga pa kayo, knock on wood. So, wag mo na siyang pakialaman. Alright? So, next, liquidity. Ayan. So, it will only take 5 to 7 banking days para ma-redempt mo yung funds mo. So, ibig sabihin, it's as good as liquid asset. So, but then again, ang tinuturo dito sa IMG is give it time. Because hindi naman pwedeng pagkalagay mo 5 to 7 days after kukunin mo na. No, you have to give it time. Okay? And I will be expanding on that more later. So, and a very good benefit also is that it's tax exempt. So, pagkakuha mo, wala nang bawas dyan. Yun na yung pera mo talaga. Okay? And finally, safety. Mutual fund, as I have mentioned dun sa unang-unang slides natin kanina, we are registered in the Securities and Exchange Commission. Ibig sabihin, we are highly regulated. And we also have external auditors that would audit us from time to time regularly. Okay? Excuse me? Ayun, meron din naman tayong types of mutual funds. Again, I don't want us to be overwhelmed with so much technicalities. Ayoko din po, actually. So, the most important thing to know when you think about types of mutual funds is kung ano ba yung time frame mo for the investment. So, if you have 5 years or more, then you go for stocks and equity fund. If you have 3 to 5 years lang, then you go for balanced funds. If you have 1 to 3 years lang, go for bond funds. And if you have less than 2 years, then you go for money market funds. Or another way is you look at how your risk type of investor ka. Kung aggressive ka, you go for stocks. Kung moderate and aggressive, balanced funds. Kung moderate conservative, bond funds. Kung conservative, then money market funds. Ganun lang po kasimple. Okay? So, let's have an example po. So, here, si Amore invest 10,000 in a mutual fund at 1 peso per share. So, how much shares will he get? 10,000 shares in return for the 10,000 pesos. After 5 years, the price of the share became 1.75. So, now, as compared to before 10,000, now it's 17,500. So that's 75% in 5 years. Okay? So, ano naman itong peso cost averaging? So peso cost averaging means that you buy mutual fund shares for a set amount of money each month or quarter over the long term. So I will give you 3 scenarios para mas maintindihan natin kung ano yung peso cost averaging. So here, you can see the price per share, and then at the bottom part would be the month. So we will have 6 months to invest, January to June. And then we have 100 pesos per month as investment, constant yan and regular yan. So for the first month, January, for the 100 pesos investment, you are able to buy 10 shares. And for the second month, February, with 100 pesos, you are able to buy 8.3 with 12 pesos per share. Third month, March, 7.14 shares for 14 pesos per share. May, April, 6.25 shares with 16 pesos. And May, 5.5 shares for 18 pesos. And June, 20 pesos per share, meron siya nabiling 5 shares. So, ang total share, which means we are going to add up yung number of shares that he was able to buy for that 6 months. So, 10, 8.3 plus 7.14 plus 6.25 plus 5.5 and 5, that would actually give us 42.28. And we take the last price nung share, which is 20 pesos. So 42.28 times 20 pesos, that would give us a total value of 845.60. Remember, 100 per month. So ibig sabihin, magkano yung total contribution niya? 600. So how much? Yung total value is 845.60. I-minus natin yung 600. That would actually give us 245 gain, which is a 41% over 6 months. Okay, another scenario, same thing. 6 months period, and we have again the price per share. So 100 ulit per month. So for the first month, 10 shares ulit ang nabili niya with the 100 pesos. Pero on the second month, tignan niyo po, unlike nung first scenario, bumaba po yung price nung per share. So naging somewhere between 6 and 8. So naging 14.29 lang ang nabili nung 100 pesos niya. And the third month, bumaba po ulit. Naging 20 na lang yung nabili nung, 20 shares ang nabili nung 100 pesos niya. But then on the April, tumaas ng konti. So he was able to buy 16.67 shares. The next one, tumaas, and then up to tumaas, bumalik actually dun sa initial price na 10 pesos per share. Again, we add them up. 10, 14.29, 20, 16.67, 14.29, and 10. Add them up. That would actually give you a total share of 85.25. And magkano yung last price ng per share? 10 pesos. So, i-multiply mo yung dalawang values na yun. That would actually give you 852.50. And the total contributions, 100 per month for the 6 months, 600. Magkano gain niya? 252.50. That's 42% over 6 months. Okay, one last scenario. Eto, makikita nyo, unlike the two others, bumaba siya, pero hindi na actually siya nakabalik. Can you see my arrow? Are you able to see my arrow? No? Okay. Let me see. Ayan, nakikita nyo na yung arrow ko. So, ayun. So, from the initial amount of 100 na 10 shares ang nabili niya, bumaba. Naging 25, naging 4 pesos dun nung February. So, nakabili siya ng 25 shares. And then, 50 shares nung March. And then, 100 talagang sumadsad siya. 100 nung April. But nung May, medyo tumaas. So, 50 na lang ang nabili niya. And then, June, 20 na lang. Again, the same thing. So, ito total natin yan. 10, 25, 50, 150, and 20. That's a total of 255. And magkano yung last price per share? $5. Oh, $5 tuloy. 5 pesos. Well, anyway, walang denomination naman yan eh. So anong total value niya? 1,275. So, ang total contribution is still, of course, 600. Magkanong gain? 675. So, it's a gain of 92.9%. Now, after looking at all these three scenarios, alin po dyan yung maganda? Sino pong pwedeng mag-unmute? Naku, gusto ko talaga naririnig yung mga yung mga yung mga participants. Paborito ko si Ma'am Lina kasi siya yung nakikita ko dito sa screen ko. Ma'am Lina, alin dyan ang gusto mo? Aling senaryo?
All of the above, ma'am.
All of the above, obviously, because everyone gained. Diba? Even if iba-iba yung naging gain nila, at least nag-gain naman talaga sila. And the point here is, you have to be consistent and you have to give time for the investment to work. Otherwise, kung kunwari yung scenario two, kung nag-stop ka na somewhere, hindi ka na makakabawi, something like that, di ba? So, ang pinaka-importante actually is that you have to consider yung time horizon mo. Ano ba yung horizon na tinatawag? It's the length of time you can part with your money before you need it again. So, parang, itatabi muna kita, something like that. So, gaano katagal na maitabi mo yung pera mo for it to grow? The longer the time horizon, the longer the power of compounding has to work. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo kanina, si Warren Buffett, di ba? Yumaman siya nung 50s na siya because he needed time. He needed his investment to earn compounding interest. Kaya wag po tayong magmadali when it comes to investment. So, yon. So, in the Philippines, there are about 43 mutual fund companies, including, of course, yung Soldibo funds natin, PhilEquity, Sun Life, PhilAm Asset, Atram, at saka FAMI. So, ang question, paano mag-open ng mutual fund account? Nakita natin, maganda pala ang mutual fund account. So, how do you open it? So, you only have to fill out the application, may mga requirements lang na kailangan, punduhan mo na yung investment mo through the IMG cashier, tapos isubmit mo lang yung documents sa IMG office. O, mag-IMG ka. And then, that would give you automatic membership na. Alright? So, paano mag-add ng, mag-make ng subscription? So, there are two ways. So, you can actually do it BPI online bill payments. So, ayan, magla-login ka lang sa BPI mo, go to billers, tapos click pay bills, ganun lang. So, anong advantages nito? So, yon it's paperless, so walang kailangan na forms, automatic booking, tapos faster yung transaction process. Ano naman yung disadvantages? Of course, bangko yan. It's a business and it has to sustain itself. So may charges. Alright? Kundi lang naman. Tingnan nyo, 10 pesos pag online, tapos 50 pesos pag over the counter. Ayan, makikita nyo na naman yung difference. Kaya yung mga businesses talagang they would go into automation. Tignan nyo, pag online machine, 10 pesos. Pag over the counter, tao, 50 pesos. Kaya mas gusto na nilang ano. All right. And another way is how to make a subscription through the IMG kiosk. Ayan. 'Di ba? Ang IMG, in-streamlined na niya yung pagpaprocess ng subscription natin. So, ibig sabihin ng streamline, pinasimple na niya ng gusto. That's why anybody can actually do it. Okay? So, yeah, ito naman po yung mga IMG bank accounts na pwedeng gamitin for the subscriptions. All right. So, FAQs. Ano na nga ba yung FAQs? Frequently asked questions about mutual funds. Okay. How much will I earn if I invest in mutual funds? Are the returns guaranteed? Saan na yung gusto kong gamitin to? Ayan. Mutual funds are not fixed income investments. And so, therefore, they do not pay guaranteed return. Ayan. So, hindi po yan guaranteed, okay? And of course, alam natin sa stock market, of course, nagdi-differ yung prices not only monthly but daily. Kaya talagang ang fluctuation pa ganyan. So as a result, the value of your investment also fluctuates depending on the performance of its underlying instruments. Okay, next question. Will my investment lapse or expire if I cannot invest monthly? Ito po yung Q. Do not lapse. It doesn't lapse and it doesn't have any expiry dates. All right? But again, we are encouraged to do investing on a regular basis. It depends how much how much part depends on you. Okay? So, ayan. third question, how long is the maturity period? Wala pong maturity period. But then, of course, we have to remember na may holding period na 6 months. So, ibig sabihin, if you redeem your funds prior to the holding time of 6 months, may exit fee yan. Pero if it's after the holding time of 6 months, then wala na pong exit fee yan. Wala nang charge. Alright? Can I tell the fund manager what to buy or sell? Ayan, yung sinabi ko kanina, mag-aaway na kami ng husband ko kung papakialaman ko yung pagdadrive niya. So in the same way, huwag nyo nang pakialaman. Alright? And finally, is my investment covered by the PDIC? Mutual funds are not savings account or not deposit product. So hindi po yan covered ng PDIC. Okay? So ano po ba ang sabi ni syempre siya yung president and CEO, he must have something to say, right? So ang sabi po niya, goals without deadlines are just dreams. Alam niyo po, ni-research ko ito, actually it's been passed from one person to another na talagang itong quotation na to, it has been said by a lot of other mentors, advisors, ganyan. So, bakit nga ba kailangan natin ng deadline? Because if having a dream is important, but it's very unlikely to ever become reality if it's without action. Yung deadline po, yun po yung magmo-motivate sa atin to do the action or to work hard. To take action means you need to understand kung ano yung kailangan mong gawin, kung ano yung kailangan na mangyari, at saka kung paano gawin. Yung pagpa-prioritize po ng actions na yan. So, ayan, meron na tayong strategy. So, ano nang kailangan natin ngayon? We need to execute it. Otherwise, wala tayong magiging success. Strategy is, regardless kung gaano siya kaganda, kung hindi natin i-execute, it will not give us anything. It's useless. Okay? So, unlike the usual thinking na pera lang ang pinaka-importante when it comes to investing, ang talagang best ally natin when it comes to investing is time. The more time you have invested in the stock market, the better your chances of building life-changing wealth. All right? So, ano yung lesson ng the whole presentation po? This is the lesson. Alamin ang tamang pag-ipon, paglago, at pagprotekta ng perang pinaghirapan mo. Yun lang. Ganun lang kasimple yung lesson ng the whole presentation. And ito ang question, final question. Gusto mo rin bang maging kasosyo ng mga naglalakihang kumpanya gaya ng mga nandito? Yan. So, First Gen, BPI, Jollibee, BDO, ayan. Kung yes ang answer mo, then come join our free financial literacy training here at IMG. Okay, so yan na po. Nagtatapos yung aking presentation. Maraming salamat po. And before I give back the floor to the host,
be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Focus on becoming a better version of yourself every day and let your progress be your motivation. Discipline and obsession will take you further than passion ever will. The past is in your head, the future is in your hands. Be happy with what...
Thank you so much po, and I really appreciate you for staying for the presentation. Thank you po, Ma'am Weng. Take it away.
Okay, thank you po. Magaling nating speaker.
Hindi ko na-record. I just realized it now. I wasn't confident enough.
Napakaganda nga po talaga ng ating mutual fund. Dati, nung wala pa ako sa IMG, naghahanap ako ng isang business na yung pera lang, bigay lang ako ng bigay, tapos kikita na yung pera ko para wala na akong iisipin. Gusto ko yung kikita lang yung pera ko. Kaya naman, nabudol ako. Nascam ako. Unang utang ko sa Compass, yun. Roso ako. Kaya yun. Ayun pala, sa IMG ko lang pala makikita yon sa ating mutual fund. Lagay lang tayo ng lagay, hindi natin alam kung magkano na, ay, alam natin kung magkano na, pero in the future, lalaki at lalaki yan. Hindi katulad ng sinasabi ng ibang, ay, dito ka mag-invest. Kala ko naman totoo kasi kasama namin sa simbahan, nagtiwala ako, yung pala, yan, na-scam ako. Sa IMG lang ako